Jam Jones on the mic, we set the tone, late solo drip show. Vibe in the zone, latest news serve high, advice on the side. Our squad moves, we never collide. Drip too clean, we shine in the dark. God squad vibes, we leave our mark like in sub. Yeah, spread the word, Jam Jones got the wisdom, haven't you heard? Jam Jones got the wisdom, haven't you heard? Jam Jones got the wisdom, haven't you heard? We break it down, every story untold, truth wrapped in silk. Wisdom pure gold, from headlines to heartlines, we keep it real. Advice so smooth, it's the ultimate deal. Drip too clean, we shine in the dark. God squad vibes, we leave our mark like it's up. Yeah, spread the word, Jam Jones got the wisdom, haven't you?
Jam Jones whispers through the night, sipping tea under soft moonlight. News and tales drift through the air, advice served with a velvet flair. We the odd squad breaking through, talking life and what it means to you. Oh, like and sub, stay in the flow. This is the late solo drip show. Whispers of wisdom, secrets unfold. The story's fresh, the vibe is bold. A world untamed where voices roam. Jam Jones makes the night feel home. We the odd squad breaking through, talking life and what it means to you. Oh, like and sub, stay in the flow. This is the late solo drip show. Late night truths and soulful beats. Jam's got the vibe that keeps it sweet. Drip by drip, the moments stay. Underneath the stars we sway. We the odd squad breaking through, talking life and what it means to you. Oh, like and sub, stay in the flow. This is the late solo drip show. La 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 Midnight lights, they start to glow. Jam and Dame with the late night flow. Hot squad moves, we're breaking the code. Tuning tight for the stories they low. Oh, late night drip, we ride the wave. New so slick, you misbehave. Join the squad, sub up, don't stray. Fam in the house, we here to stay. Flip the script, turn the tables around. Every headline's got a brand new sound. West Coast breeze with the city bound vibe. Hot squad energy, come take the ride. Late night drip, we ride the wave. You so slick, you misbehave. Join the squad, sub up, don't stray. Fam in the house, we here to stay. Whispers echo under moonlit skies. Jam and Dame bring truth, no disguise. Through the static, their voices rise. Odd squad, sharp with eagle eye. Late night drip, we ride the wave. You so slick, you misbehave. Join the squad, sub up, don't stray. Fam in the house, we here to stay.
Raindrops fall on city pavement, washing secrets in the dark. Daily drip, the crowd's amazement. Knowledge streaming comes to spark. Thunder in the nighttime sky.
Get them ready. What up? What up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I am your producer, bringing in the super trooper, Jim Jones. We are without, aka Sans Dame, this weekend, freaking weekend, and we're about to have us some fun. So go ahead. We're gonna bring in our illustrious host. What's her name?
Not illustrious.
You know, I use all kind of big people, big things.
Not illustrious. Well, I'm
Yeah.
flattered. Thank y'all for joining in today. I am without my brother, my homie, plain name, but we're gonna rock out. So shout out to the producer for rocking with me. I appreciate you very much. So if you don't know me, I'm Jim Jones. I have over a decade worth of tech experience, and obviously I am a female. So I'm coming with a female perspective along with tech perspective, along with sprinkling in my own opinions and dropping some drip for y'all this very late night on the East Coast and pretty late on the West Coast too, I believe. So thanks for spending your time here with me. I got my homie Cash is paid, Cash is veg. Don't call him broke. So you know him because he be swimming like Scrooge McDuck in them coins. Cash is paid. Let him know. So shout out to you.
Don't be talking about my money, okay? Don't talk about my money. That's
Scrooge
what I
McDuck
got
is
my
like
face
one
low.
of my favorite characters. So
Oh,
shout
yeah.
out to y'all. Make sure y'all
Scrooge McDuck.
yeah, he's the classic. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you share this with 2 people you know and 1 person that you don't like. We take all the likes, we take all of the shares. So make sure y'all share this out. And like I said, the like button is free. So go on down there and hit that. It's free. Don't cost you nothing. Just cost you just all of 2 seconds to click. All right. So let's go ahead and dive into what we got going on. What's in my cup? What's in my cup? I got a little bit of flavored water, vanilla cola that I'm sipping on today. Let us know what's in your cup. Drop some drip in the comments. If there's anything you want to comment on, drop some drip in the comments. Very much appreciated. Appreciate you being here with me tonight. So let's go ahead and get into the mess. So first story up. Ontario, they are making it illegal to ghost. Yes, ghosting, not in dating. That's
All right,
still.
so just prime it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just slow stroke 'em.
Can you give me a minute? Can you give me a
You
minute?
came right
I'm
up
gonna
in
get
it.
there. I'm gonna get there.
You can't get there if you already slow stroked it out. You
I'm,
over here premature stroking.
ain't no premature. You just keep going. You do the back to back. So, anyways, going back into what I'm talking about. If you don't know, now you know. You don't stop at 1, you keep going till 4. So, anyways,
Wow.
first we're starting off with Ontario. Ghosting. Like I said, yes, we're not talking about dating. although that is a trend too. So I hear it is definitely the sewers, not the streets anymore, but the sewers. And ghosting is at an all-time high as well. But that's what I want to talk about. I'm talking about these job applications. If you don't know, a lot of people, a lot of folks are without a job. There's been, I think, the last report I saw, over 300,000 people who did not have that were let go recently. That's not even talking about the underemployment. That's not even talking about people who were unemployed before that. That's not talking about the layoffs before the layoffs before the layoffs. That's not even
Yeah,
talking about the layoffs
AI
before
going through
2024.
wreaking havoc on these jobs where everybody think AI is the end all be all when it really ain't. It's a bunch of hamster wheels rolling behind some tape.
But you over here not slow stroking it. You over here giving out all tea.
Is it AI? I didn't know that was a T. I mean, I thought people just hacking and slashing
It's a,
people.
it's a. Oh, you talking about for the job market?
Yeah, for the job.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
There's that going on. So job ghosting. Why is this relevant to job ghosting? Well, if there's that many people in the market, right? The last thing we need, it is kind of like dating, right? The last thing you need is for everybody to be single. And then you find out they're not actually single. They're
I
like
mean,
separated single. So like
I mean,
they
ain't that what
still
they do on
married.
Bumble? Ain't that why everybody love those dating apps? Because everybody's on there misrepresenting themselves. It's great.
Drop some
So I
drip in the
hear.
drop some drip in the I don't think that's why they
I
be on
drip
there.
my own comments. I'm gonna go in there and say, "Hey, y'all love Bumble in here?"
That ain't why I think they be on there. But what I'm saying is, imagine you get on a dating app, right? Like, yeah, man, all the baddies are gonna be in here. Oh, they baddies, but they somebody wife. They just on a break. That's kind of like the job market right now. Uh these baddies, the baddies would be the companies. Yeah, I'm looking for somebody. I'm looking for somebody real quick. All right, I'm ready to like actually be booed up with you. Like we've been doing this thing, we've been talking, aka the interview. You know what I'm saying? Like we done did a thing, you know what I mean? I just submitted a whole sample for you. I submitted a sample for you. I say, you know what? I think we good. You know, I'm already married. We gonna work it out. I'm gonna use what I got. But you wasn't happy with what you got. I'm gonna go ahead and use what I got. I mean, kind of like the ghosting. So Ontario, getting back to them. That's right. Starting now. If you apply to a job in Ontario, employers are, well, I don't know if it's immediate, like now, I don't know. Canada folks, let me know how quickly y'all legislation happens. I'm not sure,
Okay, how
but
about before you get into it, there's a quick video that's just explaining what ghost jobs
I
are.
didn't
So
I didn't finish. But
you
go
were
ahead.
talking about it, yeah.
I was going to. Okay.
Ghost jobs. And no, these aren't jobs for the paranormal. A ghost job is when an employer posts an open job online, but it actually doesn't exist. Recent surveys show that the top 3 reasons why employers post ghost jobs were because they were always open to receiving new applications, they wanted to keep current employees motivated, and they wanted to give the impression that their company was growing. Also, some employers just forgot to delete the job after it was filled. Well, what are your thoughts on ghost jobs? Tell us in the comments and be sure to join the B newsletter for more.
I don't know about you, but that's nasty work. How you gonna leave the application out there knowing that you don't need the job no more?
Well, or just in case. So there are several things that go into this for job recruitment. So one is that recruiters try to keep a stable, ready to go in the event that there's a job that is needed. That's one. Two is to sow seeds of um, mistrust or a sense of pressure on people who are already in the job, and they think when they see their job posted up that they can be replaced. C, they got people who are already overworked and they've lied to them and told them that we got new people coming in, baby. We've been doing all these interviews. We just can't find the right person to present. So that's one. And then lastly is just to make it seem like the company's doing better than what it is. So that's four different aspects of why recruiters and companies think that is okay to have ghost jobs in the first place. So yeah.
I mean, it's wild. I mean, if you think about it from a human, like a humane perspective, I mean, I thought acknowledging someone's existence was just called manners. It's not the fact that you're not hiring, it's the fact that not only did you not hire, actually, let me take that scenario back that I had. Imagine dating somebody who's separated, right? Meaning they were already married. They are married, right? Legally, they're married. They just on a I guess you call it like a legal break, right? And you're like, yeah, you know what, girl, go ahead, or I do go ahead, finish that divorce up. We gonna make it work. We gonna make it work. And then they don't text you back. You've finally been like, you know what, I'm gonna make this leap. They don't text you back, they don't call you back. Matter of fact, they block you on all social media accounts. And it's as if all of the things that you poured this time and energy that you can't get back. Now, interviewing is time and energy. I don't care if you currently have a job and you're interviewing for a new role, or you do not have a job and you're interviewing for an opportunity. Takes time, takes resources, takes energy, it takes mental capacity, it takes preparation. Like it's
And some
just
of these
disrespectful.
companies are also just doing straight up data mining too. So they got
Don't
your
even get me
address.
on the poaching. Don't even get me started on the poaching. Like, yeah, submit
It's
us
it's
a
it's,
sample.
it's not
So
poaching. Is I
it's
mean,
poaching.
I'm saying that they're taking
Oh,
people's
somebody's at
information.
my door. Somebody's
Okay.
at my door. Oh, let me tell my peoples real quick to ask if they can help me out.
Okay. All right. Well, what I
Okay,
was trying
I'm
to
gonna,
say.
I'm gonna continue after you.
All right. Well, what I was trying to say is that it's not poaching because they're really just mining your data. So they're getting all your information, your address, etc. And I'll let you go ahead and go.
Okay. I mean, yes, they are getting your information. My thing is not necessarily the fact that they're getting your information as much as they're getting your information, and also going to take your information and the ideas. Like if you're using a platform like, let's say, LinkedIn, let's say you're using Indeed, let's say you're using any of these other platforms, then there isn't a chance that they're going to take some of your data anyways, to because you technically, okay, so before you go and you hit that easy apply, you know what I'm saying, you go on LinkedIn, you hit that easy apply, you are saying, yes, I'm cool with you taking whatever information you got about me and sending it on out. Now, sending it on out means to that company, but also a lot of times that's to the child companies and the parent companies and whatever else. Like, you have now signed off and said it's cool. So yes, I mean, it is the data part, but to me, I don't even care about that. That's fine. My issue is some of these employers you've went through. I'm trying to talk about the empathy part of that. I've spent my time understanding your company, understanding your culture, talking to 6 people on your team, a person who ain't even on your team that's supposed to gauge if I'm the quote worth it. All for you to then be like, okay, well, I need you to send me a sample. So I sat down, wrote up whatever crap for your company, and then you ain't got the goal to call me. You ain't even gotta call me. We have email. You could send it through any of these AI platforms to give the most generic message, tell them my name and what the title is, and tell them spice it up with a prompt and send that out to the 20,000 of us that applied to the same job who didn't get it because you gave it to your cousin. You could have just did that instead of just not saying anything at all. I just think it's incredibly disrespectful. It's just disrespectful. Oh, look, what up, Joe? Okay, so Joe left the comment, says during COVID, companies could only keep government grants if they had open positions. That's a conspiracy theory, huh? That's crazy. I know that I know, quick little story time. I know that when I actually worked at a job, I worked in a downtown area. This is a long time ago, but they had the state actually gave money similar to what you said, and this is before COVID. They actually gave money to bring jobs to the city. And so they got like a state grant, I believe, for the city to bring jobs just to the downtown. And so it was a whole bunch of us who got hired in, and it was grimy too, right? They had us come in as contractors, deal you out, and then make people make people full time. But yeah, that's interesting that they would keep it open, but I know that that practice was something that happened as far as like giving money to hire people, before COVID. And now if you think about it, they're clawing back the money. There's no incentive to really keep us here. So it's interesting that Ontario is taking, you know, you know, the empathy that you're pouring your soul into this cover letter, almost like a deep breakup poem that you have, and then you get and then took 8 weeks to get through this. You don't hear nothing. So I mean, I can
government in
empathize.
Canada, Ontario has announced that they are about to make it mandatory for companies to list if a position that's posted is real and actually exists and being hired for, or if it's for building future candidate pipelines, which is something a lot of companies have done lately. But secondly, and most importantly, they are making it mandatory, legally mandatory, for companies to update you on your application status and not leave you hanging. So this could really change things, and I am excited to see what happens. Stay tuned to see how this is actually implemented.
Love this. Love it. I love it.
Well,
I love it
I think there's
because
a few things that might come from this, but go ahead. Why do you love it?
I love it. You know what it does? It eliminates this vibes based hiring. You ain't got HR playing this Houdini situation going on. And being able to say, hey, this is like actual policy, gives the people a chance to have some level of power. So I love this. I love this.
I think that it's just going to be a legalese or loophole that will go into portion of this, because your companies use this as a tactic to make it seem
Well,
like
this isn't
the
America.
companies are growing. I mean, it's America light. So I mean, it's the same thing. Like, there are companies that go across. It's not the pond, because that's the UK, but
Drop some drip in the comments, our
across up
Canadians.
north.
Let us know. Y'all savages over there like us over here? Are they savages like that?
Well, they have better protections, I'll say, and this is one of the things that show it, where you're just not going to have as much, taken advantage of, the people in the job market, especially at this point. So I think it's a good thing. I just don't know how far, or I would have to look into the legal aspects of it and say, is there fines? What's the repercussions? Because
On the
if I just
companies.
get caught and I gotta pay $100, then guess what? I'm posting up all of these because my stock price deems it so that I need to make it seem like we're growing. So that's how I would view it.
Well, at least they're not gonna get ghosted. At least they're gonna get the nice soothing voice of something like this. We really appreciate your time and interest in this role, but unfortunately, we've decided to go with someone who's the hiring manager's nephew. Like, at least I get to have the.
We gotta add, don't you know, in there, because isn't that what they say in Canada?
What? I mean, they say
Yeah.
hey, but I don't know about that. Drop some drip in the comments. That was Cassius Pay who did that. I ain't do that.
No.
That sounds like something from Wisconsin. I don't know what you talking about.
I do
Shout
know my
out.
Wisconsinites.
Well, shout out to Wisconsin. All right, so let's go ahead and get off the ghosted. I think we've been on that for long enough. I don't even know if I want to talk about this second one, because I don't know if we even really need to get into that, because I think that's gonna be a long conversation.
Okay, well, I mean, we 24 minutes in. You let me know where you're going next.
All right, drop some drip in the comments. Y'all wanna hear what I gotta say about that isolated town in the Ozarks that everybody talking about? Drop some drip in the comments. If don't nobody drop no drip, we gonna move on. Joe cooking you. That was you. That
Yeah.
wasn't me. I did not do that. They say A.
What's that?
I only know that.
No.
I know they say A. So story time, real quick. I used to play sports when I was in high school, and I played on a travel team.
And you sucked, probably.
Didn't suck that bad. I went and played in college. Message. But in high school, I played in the travel team, and so the travel team, we played like international teams. Why they all came to this, I have no idea. I wasn't hip. I didn't do a whole lot of this, but when I did actually play travel, I ended up getting opportunity for a scholarship. But anyways, it's not here nor there. We played against a Canadian team, and I played softball, and so they were like, hit the ball, eh? And it was just jarring for me because I've never met someone who was like a bunch of Canadians, and they were so cool. So shout out to Canada, super cool people. Actually, everybody at the whole tournament was awesome. But yeah, shout out to Canada, real cool people. Drop some drip in the comments if you're from Canada. Where you from in Canada? We appreciate y'all. Nah, you're not gonna do that. Joe over here cooking, calling him a Jamaican. All right, so we don't have to do the second one. I think we should say that for plain name. I think we should say that second one for plain name, because I don't know if I can get to it like my co-host would be able to, because I think the other two will be good. So let's go. We're gonna go ahead and go to another country. We're gonna go all the way across the water, beyond the pond. If we go that way, if we go towards beyond the pond, or we could go the reverse way, go past Hawaii and go over to Japan. So let's talk about LBH. Y'all know what an LBH is? Drop some drip in the comments if you've ever heard of an LBH. I don't think anybody know what that means. Okay.
I just pulled it up.
Yeah, so loser back home. So you know that person who was kind of popping in their hometown might have been Prom King, the local SoundCloud legend. Well, now it'll be like
SoundCloud, the local SoundCloud rapper?
Legend. Now it would be something like a TikTok following of 12,000. They doing their thing in their hometown. Then they moved to a real city and find out ain't nobody checking for them. Back home, I was the man. Yeah, I mean, but back home, he was dating, Susie before Susie got smashed. He was dating Susie before, she went to college and found out, she got a real fan base. You was the woman.
You say only fan base, because that's what that sounds like.
Maybe that, or you was you was the chick who had all the guys, and you get to school and find out that you went to Atlanta, and I'm sorry, but chances are you ain't nobody special in Atlanta. They got some of the most beautiful women there.
It's just the male to female ratio is like 80-20, so that's why.
That's why
But moving on.
I guess I haven't really seen you back from Atlanta who wasn't pretty, but all right, we'll go there with that. But okay,
With butterfly lashes and BBLs. Okay, I'll wait.
Where were you at in Atlanta?
All through Atlanta. That's where I was at. That's
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyways, I'm just saying you might have. No, that's true though. Joe said if you attend in Des Moines, Iowa, you're 4 in Miami at best. I would have to agree. Don't go to Miami.
You a corn-fed 4. That's what that is.
Yeah, they're gonna get you together. So what's the point of this, right? So if you saw the thumbnail, Passport Bros, I know y'all heard of it. Let me go ahead and give you the high-level definition of a passport bro. It is dudes from the United States, typically talking about the United States, who then say, you know what, these chicks is trash. I'm gonna go ahead and go all the way across the water or up in Canada, down Central America. I'm gonna go get me a wife who gonna actually do me right. And so they leave the States to go find normally a wife, but some of them, they've been going over there just to do their thing. But Normally it's for a wife. And so one of the countries that came up was Japan. Now, if you look back to a couple live streams we had, we talked about visas and we talked about dating and getting married in other countries. So that's why this is relevant. I'm curious to know what Japan has to say about these passport bros. So we got a nice little clip for y'all so you can see. Probably not all of Japan, obviously, but let's see what you guys say.
I mean, we can talk about Japanese culture after we
Yeah,
get through that.
sure.
Japan is not a passport bro destination. More men, especially from America, are coming to
He was
Asia to
wild
find
though.
their traditional wives. There's many reasons they do this. Some can't find anyone in their own countries. Some have special preferences of certain women. Obviously, Japan is one of the fantasy lands for them. Some thoughtful people had this idea. Japanese women are always going to sleep with white guys though. Some things will never change even if anti-foreigner sentiment rises. Honestly, this is overgeneralized that all women from Japan are either desperate, uneducated or deceitful, which is not true. In fact, Japan is a competitive market. People in Japan are always looking for anything in high quality. Some Japanese would even question the quality of these men when they need to come to Asia to find love because it is less competitive for them. Speaking of traditional, it is traditional for the wife to handle the household finances. If these men want to have traditional wives, they should be ready to be traditional husbands. Otherwise, these men are seen as LBH. Japan is
Ooh, the last person I snuck that in there. He said, if you're not ready to be a traditional husband, don't you come on over here taking our traditional women. So let's talk about Japanese culture for a second and why I think that it's like mixing, oil with water, essentially. Thinking you're gonna go over there and passport bro in the most egregious way, a passport bro in Japan. So Japanese culture is usually, I don't want to say a little more to themselves, but like a little more to themselves compared to especially United States. Uh, I, they're not gonna be with the whole like I come over here and not the level. I would say probably not the level like
Okay, so
I don't
we'll
want to
talk.
say I don't want to say I don't want to say like the cultures of like Iran and like over there where you over here cutting up, not wearing what they want you to wear, and you over here twerking on a car and they gonna come get you, but they don't condone that. I've never seen a twerk video of somebody in Japan the way they be doing it here. Have you?
No, okay, you're talking about
Especially the women.
modesty, yes. But
Yeah, I mean, especially the
mostly
women.
the reason why the passport bro culture doesn't work as well is because when it comes to now you might have a little fun, but there's a thing not against, but a preference for non-foreigners in Japan. So that's really what it is. It's not the fact that you would be anything else except for someone who's a foreigner and not a part or ingrained in the culture in itself.
But
So
even if you
one
mix,
thing,
they kind of treat them like that.
yes and no. I mean,
The
I think
videos.
yeah. I mean, there's some changes in the culture there, but again, is a traditional based culture, and I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. So, um, you have to skip over that giant island and go to some others if you want to have a different type of fun or fan base that you think that you're gonna be able to go and do. So, I mean, that's really all that I have to
So
say
yeah,
about
I
that.
mean, you pulling up like, hey, look at me. I'm exotic. Y'all ain't got nobody who look like me. And they like, what's wrong with him? Why you over here? Why
No, I
you at
mean,
your house?
it's
Why you
still
why you
nice.
here? Why you over here? You got a job? Where your wife at? Where your people at? You came here to do what? Mm-mm,
Work.
mm-mm. Where your job at? What
Okay.
is I can't remember what he had the picture of the young man up there that had went to Japan and was wilding. He's an example of probably exactly what they don't want in the culture. So that's probably a big reason why he came up with that video. But yeah, I think from a technology perspective, the accessibility makes people, they probably have always been curious, right? Like, especially if you're someone who watches anime and so forth, you're like, you know what, I just want to go there. I think, you know, the culture is XYZ in your mind, right? So you just want to be immersed in it. And in the past, it probably was insanely expensive to get there. Not only just get there, but like to actually be there too. And, you know, with technology, you have the ability to not only like get there, but you can message a baddie that's from like, hey, I'm about to be in Japan. What's up? You know, and in the past, you know, you have to just pull up and go to, I have no idea where they go and kick it at, but wherever in Japan they go kick it at and try to pull you somebody with conversation. And I believe most of them, if not all, know English. Most people don't know Japanese. So drop some drip in the comments, either if you've been to Japan, you from Japan, or you would love to go to Japan. Let us know. You want to be a passport bro? As a matter of fact, if you want to be a passport bro, don't mean you have to
Nihon
go to
desu ka?
if you want to be a passport boy, drop some passport bro. Drop some drip in the comments and let us know where would if you had a chance, if money wasn't a problem. Okay, let's take that off the table. Money was not an issue to get there, pay for things you need, and come back. Not saying you about to get a yacht, not saying you about to just ball out. The money wasn't a problem to get there, be able to get the things you need, and come back and not be broke. Where would you go if you could be a passport bro? Let us know. Let us know. All right. So finally, all right. So we're going to get to our last part. This question right here had me staring at my bank app and like just looking. Where should we in this economy consider putting our money? One of the creators that I personally follow is Master Investor Ian Dunlap. He's cool. I follow Wall Street Trapper. He's cool too. Wall Street Trapper. So there's a couple investors that they're navigating this and dropping game even in the current space to try to help people if they want to get started on investing. If they are curious or want to know more, they're kind of talking about XYZ. So I don't know. Y'all curious? I'm curious. Like, we want to put my money where? I'm curious to see what they say. Drop some drip in the comments if you think you know where they're gonna go with that. Do you think it's gonna be, you know, oil? You think it's gonna be fintech? You think it's gonna be trying to think, is it going to be retail? Is it going to be you know, there's just so many different markets. Where do y'all think that they're going to recommend at this point, if you got it, where you should put your money?
So what's this that you got that you had me put up here?
I think you have to swipe to the left because it should be a video of it. Do you see it?
Nope. Because I don't.
You don't do Instagrammy.
You got that right.
You don't do Instagrammy.
All
Okay,
right.
so if you zoom in, so one of the ones, so nobody put in the chat, one of the ones he's saying is, he said Wall Street veterans just revealed where they put 10,000 right now. Even with the market sitting near all-time highs, there's 6 pros they're betting on: big tech, real estate, energy, high growth stocks. They're
Okay,
saying
it says REITs. So specifically talk about what a REIT is. Do you know what a REIT is?
Where are you?
It's over here on the side.
I'm
REIT.
looking at
The text. It says.
Oh, you're talking on the real estate part.
Yeah. Real estate investment trust. So that's if you were to be and again, we are not your
No, not at
stockbroker.
all.
We are not your
Go check out the Wall
financier.
Street Trapper. Check out the Master Investor. Check them out.
These are things that we kind of talk about on a daily drip show. We talk about a host of things, but these are areas where people are investing, and just make sure that you check it out. I think that it's worth a gander. But also at this point, some stuff I just been reading up on my own as far as what's strong in the next 6 months. AI innovation is driving growth. So artificial intelligence continues to revolutionize industries, driving earnings and productivity gains in major, tech firms. But that also usually means lower jobs, at least in the forefront of this. So the earnings and evaluations are be coming up. But I also want to talk a little bit about gold and silver in this too, because
Okay.
that's something that I've been looking into.
Okay, I
So
mean, I was just shouting those out. I was really gonna just focus in on the big tech part. It wasn't to do a long winded on the other areas of it.
I'm not
Um,
winded. I'm just
no,
saying.
I'm talking about you asked me about a REIT. I mean, I'm not the REIT person. I'm the I'm the tech person. I'm not the real estate person. You follow Aaron Hancock on Facebook and Humble Trader on YouTube. Okay, well, shout out to them. I've never heard of either of
We're
them,
gonna
but I'm
make
sure
sure we
they have
check them
great.
out.
Yeah,
We're
we'll
gonna
check
shout
them
them out.
out. So do you want to talk about gold and silver first, or you want me to go ahead and
Yeah,
do the
I'm
tech
gonna
piece?
talk about that because that's my thing right now. So, gold is trading near all-time highs. Is projected to continue rising due to central bank buying, expansionary fiscal policy. So that's across the board. We got bricks. Everybody's buying up gold right now, and also inflation risks that are coming as of late. So the forecast that I've been seeing suggests that gold can reach up to like 3,600, almost $3,700 by the end of 2025, and up to 4,000 by the end of 2026. So it's not really advised to do the whole fractional thing. So like a tenth of a of an ounce type of thing, but you get it how you live sometimes. So I started out like that too. But better yet and more affordable still is silver right now. So, you know, driving further industrial demand. So that's your solar, right? So that's solar panels, EVs for the batteries and other electronics. Silver is experiencing a structural supply deficit right now. And we could see a sharper upside. And prices have jumped around, I'd say 25% in 2025, and still may gain even further as industrial uses continue to grow. So you can use that as a hedge against some of these stocks that we're talking about because there's still some volatility out there. So tech and metal kind of go together anyway, but keeping metal over on the side is something that you might want to do. So right now is you might get an ounce probably around $40 an ounce, something like that, because there's overhead when it comes to the spot price, and you got to buy it over spot if you're buying from a reputable dealer, or you can come across some junk silver too. So junk silver is your fractionals that everybody gets into. So I'm gonna be done with that. I just wanted to put that little drip on there is for people to just think about that metal. Move that metal. And you are muted while you over here doing all that. You must have been doing some whole extra stuff.
I wasn't doing nothing no extra. So going back to the Master Investors post, specifically focusing on the big tech, he has still room to run with AI, chips, and cloud. Well, that's interesting. Take that as you would like to with what you would invest in. I'm very treading very lightly on this because I don't want nobody coming back talking about you said to go. No, I didn't. All I'm saying is the Master Investor was someone that I started following in like a while ago. This is 25. Shoot, I think I've been following him for 3 to 4, maybe probably about 4 years now. And I remember when I first started following him, that's when he started getting steam on social media a lot. He's been interviewed on several platforms. And this is before he had his show. He really was honing in on NVIDIA. And back then, if you look up NVIDIA back in, I don't know, like 2020, and I'm sure he had it even before then, way cheaper than it is now. So that he's one of the people that's like really been pushing on some of that. So talking from a tech perspective, right? We talked a lot about the jobs. Oh wait, before I get into that, there's a gold comment. It's definitely
Right, talking about
hedging,
diversification. That's good.
like
Awesome.
oil and agriculture.
Hmm.
Big deal made with Australia and our beef industry yesterday. Oh, shout out to Joe knowing the news events. Australia, let us know. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all happy about about that? Or y'all like y'all don't want to do business with us? I'd be curious to know. Drop some drip in the comments. So
Everybody want to do business. Sometimes it don't matter with who. It's about who's supplying that demand, and you want to be first up. So
I
I
think there's a
understand that.
lot of business, emotional business going on. We can have another live on that between France and we can have a whole other conversation on some of those things. But going back to the tech conversation, AI is not going anywhere. We don't necessarily manufacture physical pieces necessarily from like a tech perspective always. However, America is the consumers of consumers, right? And robots ain't going nowhere. I would say I'm not a financial person. I'm not your financial advisor, but we all know what's happening over here. And we just talked about AI. It might not be a bad idea to just take a look into what's powering some of this. 300,000 plus people without a job.
You
Some
bring up
gotta be there.
power is a really good thing. So by power, it means what powers these things. So with that,
Chips
is
and
required a lot of computing power in what industry provides that type of service. That's electricians. For these areas, you're gonna need a lot more electricians.
trade school.
Um, yeah, so trade school becomes even more important. Can you replace? Can AI come in and do your plumbing? Probably not. So these are still opportunities for that don't have quite as high a barrier to entry, to make a decent living for yourself, and it'll be something that other people probably don't want to do because they think it's dirty. Like well,
Man,
not,
they be getting to
not
the
what
bag.
ain't that what
They be getting to the bag. They be getting to. I don't know about y'all, but I remember if you look at what movie was Bebe's Kids, classic. Bebe's Kids. The main character was a garbage man, and they try to clown him. I know. He's like, I gotta go to work in the morning. And they're like, I know I ain't gonna be hauling somebody's trash. Well, he had a good job, and garbage men get to the bag too. Like these jobs that people manually do now. Granted, we do have machines that help with the garbage. It's not like it used to be back in the day, but
Yeah, you used to have 3-4 cats hanging off the back of a truck, and
yeah,
now
now
it's
it's
just
like
one
one.
dude with the arm.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
still, like, there's going to be jobs with can you be more efficient with the arm, right? Like, these are all like you still have to know. Someone has to program these things. Someone has to be a specialist in these things. And like you said, if you're looking at like pipe fitters and electricians, carpenters, some of the stuff like robots will eventually be able to do, but there's definitely human components to this. So yeah, definitely my take on this is that I don't want everybody to be afraid of technology, but if you're looking to invest, maybe look at what's powering it. That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just maybe.
So it's a wonderful time to be alive. It's interesting time. It's kind of like being at the forefront of when the horses turned into cars, when cars turned into electric vehicles. Everyone thought that, oh no, the combustion engine is done. So these are great opportunities now. Or think about VCRs, and we talked about laser discs and stuff
Oh
like that. We
man.
own. So we're talking about a bunch of different. I had a mini disc player when I was coming up because I was like, oh man, my stuff ain't even gonna skip no more. I'm running around with a big old square cassette disc thing on the side. But some of these things take off, some of these things do not. Let's see what Joe brought up.
My girl had an interesting interview talking about more physical the job, the longer it will be for
True.
AI. Yeah, no, that's true because like the actual like physical movement of robots like is not like fluid. You know, it's not like it's just going like you're not gonna let a robot nanny your baby. You're not about to do that.
A tablet to do that, you know, you said. Technically.
I
So
mean, like
when
actually
people got
physically
AI
go in
already,
there and like pick up your baby and feed the baby and stuff like that. Where so nanny's gonna be there for a minute. That might be it. If you like 20 something,
yeah,
you might be able to
that's
retire
tough,
off of
but
that. You
I
might be
mean,
the
we
last
we're
Mohicans though.
definitely talking about, bricklaying, maybe not so much because there'll be less of them because there's technology now that's pretty dang on cool where it's like concrete being done basically like 3D
That's crazy. The 3D
concrete
printing
printing. Yeah,
houses, wild, wild, y'all. That's crazy. Go look at that if you just interested. Go and search for the concrete 3D printed houses. Wild.
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
curious to see how they hold up though. Like I kind of want to know how they
concrete. I
hold
think
up.
it's gonna be pretty good. I mean,
We'll
it's
see.
concrete. Yeah. So I think it's faster. You're able to put insulation in there. It's structurally sound. I think that is an awesome thing. So, all right. Well,
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
all I have for y'all today. Yeah, that's all I have for y'all today. Just, I know it's a rough time for a lot of people. I know talking about like investing, and meanwhile, like people are trying to just make it with what they got. If you have some and you're looking to invest, that's all we're saying is if you're gonna put a couple dollars in somewhere, like clearly we know it ain't going away. So that's just what we, just want to throw it out there. So we're looking at in case y'all want to look at it too. But that's all I got for y'all today. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this with 2 people you like, love, and somebody that you don't like or really care for. I'm cool with that too. It's free to hit that like button. So if you ain't did that, click that. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We are here every Friday night for that late night drip. You ain't doing nothing. It's warm out. Getting you a cigar. Get you a drink. You gonna watch the program anyways, come watch us. Shout out to my brother Plain Dame. Miss you, but we'll catch you next time. And thanks for coming to hang out with me. So
Yeah.
I am your co-host Jim Jones, and Cassius Pay is with me on the mic as well.
Yeah, I'm loving our subscribers that are joining. It's a lot of like-mindedness coming in here with our Odd Squad. So like these are making for great conversations, and I look forward to the growth that we on this journey. We just started this, since January
This year, yeah, not even January. We've only been on for a couple months. Like actually consistently doing it probably a couple months is we had, all of us, we all were shifting around, moving around, setting up new studios and stuff like that. So we very much appreciate y'all coming on this journey with us. If there's anything, topics that y'all are interested in us talking about, make sure you drop some drip in the comments for that. Check out the community page. We definitely have some awesome polls for y'all. Curious to know what y'all think. So until next Friday, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here because it's time for me to go ahead and chill out. Bye, y'all.